Shortish and, well, not sweet. TLDR. Read or read not. There is no TLDR. Note: for anyone who can't spot it without neon, the malicious compliance is described in the penultimate paragraph. During high school, I had a good friend group at church. One evening after a church meal, a few of us were standing around talking when Steve emptied the last of the sugar from the shaker into his tea, then thrust the empty shaker toward Joe, ordering him to fill this. Joe took the shaker and headed toward the kitchen. This sort of minor rudeness was just part of the dynamic. We were really all on quite good terms. Joe was the youngest of us and Steve was one of those frustratingly self-possessed people who never reacts much to anything. I only saw him really surprised a few times during the several years we were close. Joe returned after a moment with the shaker about half full and handed it to Steve, who made an elaborate show of pouring about 15 teaspoons into his cup, complete with comical faces and mouth movement, which I still clearly remember. Once he felt he'd added enough and stirred it thoroughly, he took a big ol' swallow and sprayed it out on the floor. I don't know how Joe kept a straight face until then, but I'll always admire him for it. He had taken, fill this, literally, and carefully noting the omission of what to fill it with, had filled it with salt. The only real fallout was having to clean up the mess, which we all, while laughing, helped with. I knew this was going to end with salt and I was right. I bet Steve is still salty about it. I feel like he's asking to get pranked. I had read just to find out what penultimate meant. For anyone who can't spot it without neon, the malicious compliance is described in the penultimate paragraph. These people would also not know the meaning of the word penultimate either. You used a lot of words to say, my friend Steve is an a-hole. A salty tale indeed. My parents did this to me once for April Fool's Day. I was 5 years old. Nice to read about something a bit more lighthearted for once. Certified Steve moment. This is the best. So is this supposed to be one of those savory stories? If you think tea with salt is horrible, then you should try coffee with salt. I heart Joe. Weak. I would have mixed in sorbitol powder. Very sweet and also a potent laxative. If you can get it. Lactulose is even better. It is more potent than a soapsuds enema.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.